Welcome back to Who Died Today. Over the past few days, the world has bid farewell to some truly beloved and unforgettable stars. In today's episode, we pay heartfelt tribute to these remarkable lives and the legacies they've left behind. Before we begin, we kindly ask for a moment of support. If any of these stories have moved you or reminded you of someone special, please give this video a thumbs up to honor their memory. Thank you. Number 4. Jeff Bena, the mind behind Life After Beth and Horse Girl, is gone. He hated the spotlight, but the world always found its way to him. Aubrey Plaza once called him the quiet genius, a man whose pain ran as deep as his creativity, but no one really knew. Until January 3rd, 2025, when everything stopped. Jeff Bena, screenwriter, director, and the mysterious mind behind Life After Beth, The Little Hours, and Horse Girl, has died at the age of 47. Born June 29, 1977 in Miami, Florida, Jeff grew up fascinated by storytelling. After graduating from NYU Film School, he moved to Los Angeles, working under Robert Zemeckis before becoming a close collaborator with David O. Russell, co-writing the surreal hit I Heart Huckabees, 2004. He created Cinema Toast during the pandemic, a bold, reimagined series using recycled footage, proving again he saw art where others saw nothing. Jeff married his longtime partner Aubrey Plaza on May 7, 2021, in a quiet ceremony. Their relationship was often kept private, but their love was evident. She called him the only one who sees through all my armor. But behind the silence, Jeff was struggling. On January 3, 2025, Jeff Bena took his own life in Los Feliz, Los Angeles. His assistant found him. The news devastated fans, colleagues, and most painfully, Aubrey. In her quiet tribute, she wrote, "You never wanted applause, but you deserved every standing ovation. I love you, Jay." Jeff is survived by his wife, parents Barbara and Scott, and brother Brad. He was never loud, never chasing fame, but in his stillness, he told stories that echoed. And those echoes will stay with us forever. Please like this video to honor Jeff's quiet brilliance. And tell us what part of his work moved you most. Number 3. Charlize Theron, from witnessing death to winning an Oscar. They said she had the face of a goddess, but the soul of a fighter. She danced through pain, rose through silence, and from the dusty roads of South Africa, she didn't just walk into Hollywood, she stormed it. This is the story of Charlize Theron. And if her journey ever made you feel something, if she ever made you believe in strength, in justice, or in transformation, please give this video a like. It helps keep her story alive. Charlize Theron was born on August 7, 1975, in Benoni, South Africa. An only child, she was raised on a remote farm by her mother Gerda and father Charles Theron. But behind the serene countryside lay trauma. At just 15 years old, Charlize watched her mother shoot and kill her father in an act of self-defense after years of abuse. The moment could have shattered anyone. For Charlize, it became her fire. She channeled that pain into ballet, earning a scholarship to the Joffrey Ballet School in New York. But tragedy struck again. Injuries ended her dancing dreams. Homeless and broke in LA, she had one lifeline, a check from her mother. When a bank refused to cash it, she argued so fiercely, a Hollywood agent in line behind her handed her a business card. That confrontation? It became the ignition. Her first roles were silent, literally, but she didn't stay quiet for long. Her breakthrough came in 2 Days in the Valley, 1996, and by 2003, she shattered every illusion about beauty with her Oscar-winning role in Monster, portraying serial killer Aileen Wuornos. She gained 30 pounds, erased her own elegance, and showed the world that acting, real acting, is transformation. She followed that with powerful performances in North Country, The Italian Job, Young Adult, and Mad Max Fury Road. A fierce advocate for women's rights and LGBTQ+ voices, Charlize didn't just play warriors, she became one. "I don't aspire to be like other people. I aspire to be a better version of myself," she once said, a mantra that reflected in every role, every cause, and every reinvention. Theron also created the Charlize Theron Africa Outreach Project, fighting HIV/AIDS among African youth. She's a UN messenger of peace, a single mother to 2 adopted children, and a woman unafraid to speak truth to power. Off-screen, she battled OCD. She's been vocal about her mental health, her fears, and the pressures of fame. Yet she showed the world you can be vulnerable and still be invincible. From modeling runways in Milan to blockbuster sets in LA, Charlize's life is a study in endurance. And though she's still very much with us today, her legacy already feels eternal. Charlize Theron isn't just an actress, she's a survivor, a revolution, a mirror for every woman who's ever been told you can't. So as we reflect on her journey, we're not saying goodbye, we're standing in awe. Let us know in the comments what Charlize Theron means to you. And please, like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep sharing stories that matter. Number 2, Jim Bouton. The rebel pitcher who rewrote the rules of baseball with a single book has died at 80. Known for lighting up the mound with his fastball and blowing open the clubhouse doors with his pen, Bouton passed away quietly. But his legacy still echoes in every honest sports story ever told. If his story ever made you laugh, gasp, or think a little deeper about the game we love, please give this video a like to show your respect. Born on March 8, 1939, in Newark, New Jersey, James Allen Bouton grew up dreaming of baseball. Raised by Gertrude and George Bouton, he faced early setbacks as a bench warmer in high school, but never gave up. A knuckleball and relentless drive earned him a scholarship to Western Michigan University and eventually a contract with the New York Yankees. Bouton showed true vulnerability in 1970 when he released Ball 4, a shocking, humorous, and raw look behind the scenes of professional baseball. It cost him friendships and his spot in the league, but it made him a literary icon. His journey included a breakout with the Yankees, 1962 to 1965, 2 World Series wins in 1964, and a knuckleball revival with the Pilots and Astros, 1969. Despite arm injuries, he returned to the majors in 1978 with the Braves. Outside baseball, he co-created Big League Chew and acted in film and television. You spend a good piece of your life gripping a baseball, and it turns out it was the other way around all the time, Bouton famously said. He battled personal tragedy, including the loss of his daughter Laurie, and later faced cognitive decline from cerebral amyloid angiopathy. Jim Bouton died on July 10, 2019, in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. His wife, Paula Kerman, confirmed his passing. Tributes poured in. One fan wrote, "Ball 4 taught me more about life than baseball. Thank you, Jim." He'll be remembered not just as a pitcher, but as a voice for truth in sports. A man who changed the game by telling it like it really was. Please share what Jim Bouton meant to you in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe to help keep his story alive. Number 1. Michelle Trachtenberg's final chapter. One of television's most beloved young stars is no longer with us. Her voice once echoed with youthful wonder. Her eyes carried stories we hadn't yet heard. Michelle Trachtenberg, The girl who grew up on our screens, who made millions feel seen, safe, and understood, has passed away. She was just 39. Born on January 9, 1985, in New York City, Michelle Christine Trachtenberg grew up in Brooklyn, raised by her loving parents, Lana and Michael. A gifted child fluent in Russian, she entered the world of acting at just 3 years old, starring in commercials before most children could even read. By age 10, she was a regular on The Adventures of Pete and Pete, and by 11, she headlined Harriet the Spy, proving she wasn't just talented, she was unforgettable. In 2000, she stepped into the cult universe of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, playing Dawn Summers, a role that would define her career and speak to every teenager battling identity, grief, and hope. Michelle wasn't just an actress. She was a student, a poet, a ballet dancer, an advocate against bullying, and someone who once said, "My confidence comes from me, Michelle." Despite her success, Michelle's life was touched by struggle. She battled health complications privately for years, undergoing a liver transplant shortly before her passing. On February 26, 2025, she died from complications related to diabetes at her home in Manhattan. Her death was confirmed by her family, who described her final days as peaceful, surrounded by love. Actress Sarah Michelle Gellar, her friend and co-star, wrote, "You were never just Dawn to me. You were my light. I will miss you endlessly." Fans flooded social media with grief and gratitude. One wrote, "She was my entire childhood. I named my daughter after her. Rest, beautiful soul." Michelle leaves behind a legacy of grace, sincerity, and the power of growing up on screen without ever losing your heart. She is now reunited with her on-screen father, Matthew Perry, gone just 487 days before her. Michelle, thank you for your smile, your spirit, your truth. Share your memories of Michelle below. Like, comment, and subscribe as we continue to honor those who shaped our hearts, one story at a time. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share your memories or favorite moments about these icons in the comments below. And if this tribute touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe for more emotional stories that celebrate the lives of those who will never be forgotten.